So I started by quoting from Carolyn Leaf about thinking. One of the power that we have that diabolos have tried to snatch from us is the power of being able to make things happen. If you don't like your life as it is now, you have the power to change it with your thinking. The thing is that the power that was given to us was intended to collapse everything out there to what we want. Remember, I talked about the observer effect. So if you look at the wave, they take different shape according to the way you think, which means your thought is creative. Everything that is around us once upon a time was not here. It started in the mind. When you read the text, Hebrew 11 verse 3 says, the things that are visible were made from the things that are invisible. Think about that. That's the Bible. In other words, once upon a time, those visible reality was not here. Case in point, the edifice we're sitting in, the shape it would have taken was not yet known about 15 years ago. But that thought was in the mind of somebody. And the person whose minds it was in saw what it would look like. It was not yet visible to your rear eye. Because that person observed what could become a reality, that observation turned into a physical reality. The person who made a cell phone, I remember when I first started, you didn't have no cell phone. But when we were driving around with our cell phone, there was somebody who observed the entire field of the universe. The entire field. Remember the field created by God, put it on our feet. And when that observer began to observe and see in his mind's eyes this particular thing, he began to think about it so much that his thought brought it into a physical reality called the three-dimension world. That's the power we have. Jesus demonstrated that. Remember one time his disciples were on the sea fighting the wave, and some commentators said they were approximately a mile to 2 miles offshore, and they wanted to get ashore. They didn't know how to get there, and they saw this individual walking on the water. They were so afraid, and Jesus said, "Fear not, for it is I." Now Jesus, who remained connected to the Father, began to do what we are supposed to do, what we were created to do from the beginning. So the Bible says when they received Jesus into the boat, immediately, everybody say immediately. The only thing that is faster than immediately is now. Immediately, the Bible said, they got to shore. Immediately, they got to shore. What happened? Jesus, because he was in control of every creation as we ought to be, when he got in the boat, because the desire of those men on the boat was to get to shore, when Jesus got there, he collapsed. He collapsed space, distance, and time, and immediately they got on shore. Oh, then you read again in the book of Acts, there was a guy called, Philip. After he baptized the Ethiopian eunuch, what happened? The Bible says he disappeared. And he was seen in another city. How did he get there so fast? Magic? No. What happened, because he was in the Word of God, every creation was at his disposal. So because he wanted to be there and he was in the Word of God, he collapsed all of the distance and got to where he wanted to go immediately. That's science.